Welcome back to the channel and to another dose of 5 things you might not know. This, as always, is the 101. So this one is episode number 19, but if you have missed any of the previous episodes, check them out in the series playlist, link on the screen. But here we go with another one, episode 19 of 5 things you might not know about WWE 2K17. First up today, we have got a smaller unlisted hidden move that you might not be aware of. So what we do know is that in the movesets, we can select moves for apron dives, as well as a running apron attack to a standing opponent. But what you might not know is that whilst you can't select a move for it, there is actually a running apron move to a grounded opponent also. This comes in the form of a running apron senton, which is simply done by running along the apron and hitting a diving strike to a grounded opponent. Again, not the biggest move, nor the most exciting move, but still an unlisted move that you might not be aware of, and a pretty handy move for the likes of Kevin Owens and Bray Wyatt, especially when used in tandem with a table. A fun one with thing number 2 today, because up next we have got some more alternative ways to send your opponent into the crowd. So earlier in the series we'd covered the GTS, and adding to that today, we have firstly got the KO strike. And then there is the always awesome Sweet Chin music. So when doing these moves to a standing opponent near the barricade, these do make for some pretty fun ways to send your opponent crashing into the crowd. Moving on to thing number 3 today, we have got some lesser known mid-match running situations that you might not be aware of. So it is pretty known that run-ins are a thing in this year's game in standard matches, but what you might not know is that these can also be done in the likes of the ladder match. The cage match, which results in a superstar standing outside of the ring like a normal manager, which of course isn't usually possible. Also the Hell in a Cell match, which as you can see is a little bit glitchy. As well as other no DQ type matches, for example a Falls Count Anywhere match, with the added bonus of this method allowing more superstars into the crowd, as opposed to the regular limit of 2 superstars. Next up with thing number 4 today, we have got some championship breakouts. So what you probably know is that if you do an entrance breakout in a no DQ type match, you get to do so with a selected weapon. But what you might not know is that if your chosen superstar is a champion, you actually get the option to break out with your championship. So this one is as simple as making sure your superstar is actually a champion, playing a no DQ type match, selecting the title option, and there you go. By activating this run-in on the ramp, you get an animation similar to this. Whereas if you do it if your opponent is in the ring, you get to see this animation, which sees your superstar run through the crowd with their championship in hand. Well, this can also be done against the champion, which leads to 2 championships in the ring as weapons. And can even be done on a double champion entrance, which we covered previously, which results in 3 championships then being usable. Last up today with our 5th and final inclusion, we have got diver finishers through the announcer's table. So last time in episode 18 we covered some glitched announce table finishers that don't actually break the table. Well, continuing on from that today, that same method also has another bonus, in that this can also lead to allowing you to do your diver finishers through the table also. So like last time, use the DDT or the Brainbuster to actually get on the table. From here, with the right move, such as this move, or even a running strike from off the table, you can knock your opponent into position, which will then allow you to climb the ropes and hit your chosen top rope diver finisher. Now, being that this one is a glitch, it does have some mixed results, but all in all, a pretty fun one, so definitely give this one a go. And with that one, another episode completed, taking the series total to 95 things. So let me know if any of today's feature 5 things were new for you. Plus, as always, if you enjoyed today's episode, which hopefully you have, then a like rating would be awesome to see. So yeah, that is it for this one, but stay tuned for episode 20, which will see us hit 100 things coming to the channel very, very soon. And with that said, until next time, this has been 101, and I will see you all on the next one.